Jasmine and Brandon here with your comic reviews for the week. Hey guys, Jasmine here with my comic book reviews. My first review is Earp, Saints for Sinners, number 4, and it is actually the concluding book to the series. I love when radical books actually go a little longer because they sort of space out the dialogue so you get even more art, and it's more conclusive because it makes more sense because you're sort of taking breaks. It's not just words. So still a great book. I've read every one that Radical has sent us. They're really awesome. I love them. Great book. Pick it up in single issues, or I'm sure it'll be coming out in hardcover very soon. Give it 4 out of 5 Nerds Girls. Alrighty, and my next book is going to be Swamp Thing. It's a little Brightest Day aftermath for you. It's got Superman, John Constantine, Batman, and Zatanna's in this book. So that's just a ton of people that I want to see do anything. But on top of that, it was written very well, and sometimes it's hard for writers to write Brits. They did a great job in here. There's tons of little quips and awesome things that happen, so I'm not going to spoil anything for you, but definitely check it out. I give this 5 out of 5 Nerds Girls, okay? All right, and my last book is Super Dino number 2. Now, going into this book, I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about it because I sort of feel like Robert Kirkman is hit or miss when he writes. However, this book is great. The art is always good with Jason Howard. He sort of just is simple but really, really intricate at the same time, so I love that. But this book brings me back to a point in comics where there weren't, like, blood, bullets, and naked chicks, which is awesome because it's really sweet and it's a good book and there's friendship involved and they have great character names like Dynamo and Max Maximus and Triceratops. Come on. That's adorable and hilarious. You can read this book to kids, you can read it to adults, and they'd both like it. So I give it 5 out of 5 Nerds Girls.
Hey guys, it's Cubby with my comic reviews this week. My first review is going to be the Canterbury Cricket. It's a one-shot, and it's a Flashpoint tie-in. So it's dealing with all this. It actually takes place in England, and it's talking about the Amazonian takeover of England and the heroes that are trying to fight it and protect their homeland, and how England is safe from this giant tsunami, this giant flooding that Aquaman causes. But it shows some great characters, some Blue Beetle, Firefly's in it. The cockroach is in it, and the Canterbury Cricket is like a character they introduced. Really, really interesting, and it sets up Lois Lane and the Resistance. So if you're getting ready for that book and you want to see a badass take on Lois Lane, definitely check this book out because it'll give you a little more in-depth info on it. I give this 3 out of 5 Nerds Girls. My second review this week, it's Hal Jordan, the Flashpoint tie-in. This one was another really cool one. I like that Abin Sur is the Green Lantern for Flashpoint, but I want to know what's going on with my boy Hal. And I want to know what's going on with Carol, and I want to know what's going on with all these characters, and it really shows you, it sets it up like something bad is eventually going to happen. You don't know what, but something's going to go down, and it shows him, it's pretty much the same origin, and it ends with what we know as being the story, but at the same time, knowing other things, it's completely shaken up. So I'm already glued in, I'm ready for the next issue. This first one was awesome. The art was actually pretty good. I don't know too much about the artist, but not too bad. So I give this one 3.5 Nerd Skulls. My last review this week, it's Uncanny X-Men number 539. Now this is a series that I loved. Loved being the key word. I haven't read it in a while. I've kind of taken a break from the X-Men, and I wanted to get back into it, jump into it. I'm in the middle of a story, I guess. I'm jumping into it, so I'm kind of lost on it a little bit. The art is really good. I enjoy that a lot. The storytelling, though, I'm seeing these characters, they haven't really evolved from what I remember them being. Hope's still kind of like torn up over Cable and doesn't want to do anything, and there's drama, and Wolverine's on fire like always because he's going to heal. It's a generic X-Men story from what I can tell, and as much as I want to like it, as much as I want to say it's an awesome book, it was okay. I'm only going to give this book 2 skulls.
Hey guys, Bobby here with my comic reviews for the week. My first one is Project Superman. I have been super excited about this book the entire time through Flashpoint. Flashpoint's been kind of hinting towards where is Superman this entire time, and I have been dying to know. Getting into this issue, I was expecting to find out right away. Unfortunately, you don't. There is a little bit of backstory you have to get through. In fact, the stuff you really want to happen doesn't actually happen until the last page. I'm not trying to give out too much spoilers, but this is basically, it seems to me like DC's way of making their own super soldier program. They're going through creating their own superhero, and they made him all super saned out for some reason. It was very weird until the last page. I am actually going to give this 3 out of 5 Nerd Skulls because of Soup's even at the end was still worth it. My second review of the week is actually going to be The Walking Dead 86. This is the 3rd issue where it's been very, very boring, and what I think is just filler into an actual end to the series. I feel that an end is coming, and these 3 issues have just been, well, we need to make it to 100. They actually clear one thing up for me, and that is whether Carl is okay or not. Not all the way, but they do clarify that he does not have any brain damage. How that is possible from a gaping hole in the side of your head that's taken out your entire eye does not make sense to me. Thirdly, Rick is just talking more about how he's figured out what he needs to do. This issue is just 100% filler. I'm only going to give this 2 out of 5 Nerd Skulls. My third review of the week is one I've been waiting for a very long time, Witch Doctor. Skybound is Image's imprint, actually created by Robert Kirkman, and this is the first book to come out of that. Witch Doctor #1. We actually got a preview in The Last Walking Dead, and I was very impressed. The art is amazing. It gets even better in the first issue. There's a lot of depth and shadow to all the characters. It's incredible. The best thing about it to me is not only is the main character very, very interesting, but the supporting characters are just as interesting. I see this book going very far. Unfortunately, this is a 1 out of 4 set. So maybe if it gets enough readers, it'll actually become an ongoing. So go check out Witch Doctor #1. I'm going to give it 4.5 out of 5 Nerd Skulls.
Hey guys, Brandon here. First review this week is Green Arrow Industries. It's a one-shot Flashpoint tie-in. Now, this is kind of where I have to draw the line on tie-ins. You know, I always feel that you got the main books that you should be reading that are very essential to the story of the main book, you know, whether it be Civil War or Flashpoint or any of the crises. This one just feels like it was, you know, what are we going to do with Green Arrow in this universe? Oh, well, we'll just have him doing this, and it didn't seem all that important. You know, you got different versions of Roy and all the essential Green Arrow stuff, but it just felt forced, not really what I was looking for. I'm going to give it 2 out of 5 Nerd Skulls. Next up is Amazing Spider-Man 664. We're getting ready to go to Spider Island, and you got Anti-Venom, Mr. Negative. A lot of big things are happening in this with these characters. I hate giving away spoilers, so I don't want to give too much, but you know, Eddie Brock is really stepping up as Anti-Venom. He's really bent on getting away from that image he had as a villain and just, you know, a bad person, and he's really he's doing his all to be a good guy, not really going the right route. You know, he's taking Spider-Man hostage, but only to show him that he's doing something good. Real big thing happens with Mr. Negative, and I'm really liking Spider-Man. I feel it's really gotten back on track with everything, so I'm going to give this book 4 out of 5 Nerd Skulls. Next up is X-Men Prelude to Schism 4 of 4. This last book kind of focuses on Wolverine and where he's standing as more or less one of Cyclops' generals in the army that is the mutants and the X-Men. First half of the book is basically like reading Origins. He's going through everything you already know about Wolverine, which kind of felt just like page filler. Didn't have a lot to go on with that. You get Namor calling Wolverine a midget, which was hilarious. And I actually was not excited for Schism or anything like that, but the ending of this book really sets it up, and I would like to see the end of the Uncanny X-Men and how this plays out. So I'm going to give this one 4 out of 5 Nerd Skulls.
All right, that's going to do it for your comic book reviews for the week.
We want to thank Radical Publishing, Image Comics, DC Comics, and of course Maximum Comics for our books this week. We'll see you guys next week.
Thanks.